Hello, my name is Jack Plumley, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how open carry should become the norm in today's society, and about how it is beneficial for everyone to open carry and allow it, rather than being scared of open carry and not allowing it. So this speech goes out to all the people who think that open carry is bad and we should ban it. Guns are one of the first things that come to mind when people say America. We have gun rights unlike any other country in the world, and it's what makes us one of the best in the world. The action I want us to make is to normalize open carry. Open carry is not as scary as some people think. If we all get comfortable with open carry, then there will be nothing to fear, and all the terror inspired by the media will not be as prominent. In the gun-owning community, normalizing open carry the open carry normalizing movement is currently going unreported by most media outlets. Thanks to coronavirus, but whatever. According to Trace Mudson, a journalist for the Guns and Gadgets Daily, states that normalization is a powerful way to gain public support for any little recognized but completely legal activity. And then he calls back to a TV show a couple of years back called Top Shot, which encouraged thousands of Americans to try shooting sports for the first time, which had a huge success rate, and many Americans actually grew to love shooting guns. After all, there's nothing used to convince folks that open carry is nothing to fear, like seeing people do it every day, everywhere, and seeing that there's no real consequence to open carry, and it is actually much safer. One of the most prominent reasons why people is scared of open carry is that they don't trust people carrying the guns in the first place. If more responsible people open carry, which the vast majority of open carry users are, desensitizing people to open carry will be the first few steps in making open carry the norm. Open carry is also about exercising our rights as American citizens and using our Second Amendment to the fullest. In today's society, gun owners are under fire from the public. According to Dan Zimmerman, a journalist who has written over 125 articles about gun safety and open carry and researches it every day for a living, states that it may have escaped some people's notice, but gun owners are on a fight for survival these days. With increasing pressure and hatred mounting against us in the media and the political world, now some people think that the best way to cope with this is to lay low, try and fly under the radar, which means either stopping open carry and not carrying at all, or conceal carrying, hoping that authoritarians and fascists will start looking for someone to kick and they'll just pass us by. I just don't see that happening. If you look at other civil rights movements, it becomes pretty obvious that those groups only had their rights restored to them after they went public. It isn't until people stop hiding who they are and come out of the closet that progress can be made. The final point I want to hit is, in order to normalize open carry, everyone must know their rights and what they can and cannot do. Some open carriers have police call on them just for exercising their rights. Like, say one guy is walking down the street with his open carry pistol in his holster, and like 3 people get scared that it's in a safety holster with a safety on, and they just call the police on him right away without even seeing what he's doing. They just see gun, call police. And I don't think that's right. He's just exercising his rights as an everyday American. According to Trace Mudson again, many law enforcement officers don't really know the fine points about gun laws in their jurisdiction, which that's another topic for another day. And even if they do, they're obligated to report to any call that they receive because it's their job. And that means if someone is panicked about seeing your openly carry gun, call 911. The responding officer is going to have to talk with you, so just be calm and cooperative. All right? Now I'm going to inspire you. Some of the more prominent reasons why people open carry in the first place and why it's beneficial is to protect themselves, and they have a reason and right to do it. America is one of the safer countries in the world, but not the safest. Criminals can lurk around every corner, and sometimes they will strike when you least expect. People deserve a right to protect themselves and a right to feel safe. Larry Pratt, Executive Director of Gun Owners of America, says that felons reported that 57% of the felons agree that criminals were more worried about people open carrying about an armed victim than they were about actual police officers. Researcher Gary Kleck found that 92% of criminal attacks were deterred when a gun is merely shown, or rarely, in the other 4%, a warning shot was fired. In the other 4%, they carried out the attack anyway. Criminals were more deterred by a civilian with a gun than with a police officer with a gun. Being able to count on yourself is also another plus. Why get robbed, then call the police just maybe to get your stuff back if they find the guy, when you can take care of it yourself right then and there? Some opponents also say that open carrying will grant you as a target, so they'll go after you rather than not going after you. But they are wrong. According to Daniel Schwartz-Kraget, a doctor with countless hours spent writing about open carry and other gun-related topics, says only 42.2% of the time is when a robber also carries a gun. Only when they are fighting on an even playing field. Only 42% of the time they even try it when they have a gun. He also says that 50% of crimes are lethal, meaning that by open carrying, your odds of surviving an encounter are already reduced by 8%. Most robbers do not want to kill their victims. They just want your money, or possessions, or whatever you have. The encounter only turns lethal if a robber is startled, scared, or they're surprised in some manner. On the other hand, open carrying a person will most likely have no problem defending themselves. If a smart or nervous criminal shows this, they have a greatly reduced chance of committing that crime in the first place, or at least going somewhere else to rob or trying another day. Alright, here are my questions for the class. I want you all to visualize this. Open carry is strictly prohibited on college campuses, so we don't need to worry about staff or students or faculty or anyone open carrying anytime soon. But I believe that would be a good thing to allow open carry on our campus. After my speech here today, what do you think? And then my second question for you all is, down in Ohio, the final process of a bill is being made. This new law states that once you buy your handgun, you can open carry it right away. No need for a permit or training. What do you all think? Discuss. So, people should stop fearing open carry, and it should become the norm. We have a right to protect ourselves and our property. Nearly all open carriers are trained and use their firearms when necessary and effectively. We, as a generation, need to fight for our right to open carry, to protect ourselves and to make a better future. Thank you.